Alright, and here we go against Derk. Let's see what our opening hand is. We got Beards of Crowglyph, which is amazing. We got a starter card, Fel Flares. Blood Ministers is also super good. We're playing against Ironclad, and he's running Embers of Chaos, Finite Loopers, Spare Dragonlings, also Beards of Crowglyph and Windmakers, Green Gill Serpents. So what we want to do with Blood Ministers is getting that sweet Embers of Chaos. Also this one we will take for Blood Ministers or Beards. We're just not gonna push it like this. We are first turn player. Let's see what happens. Such an expensive hand. Harry Chestnuts is also good, chipping your opponent down. Twilight Prowlers is pretty sweet on the base clearing. Well, Finite Loopers, that will make a sweet Beards of Crowglyph turn. I do think we're gonna cycle out Harry Chestnuts because we want to cycle into some multiple low cost cards. And Harry Chestnuts is good more late game. But for sure, well, this is also nice, but this is just bonkers. Because we now will get a 5 strength. Shoot first. This is even better for us. Otherwise he had like Windmakers. Could have put some shenanigans in. We can still use Blood Ministers, but I prefer to keep this card in hand. For when the time comes, we want to copy paste Embers of Chaos. I think he's gonna try to Embers of Chaos and combine it with Spare Dragonlings. Well, this is horrible for him because he only spawns a 1 strength dude. That is pretty. Ooh. Yeah, never lucky, I guess. This will deal 3 plus 4 is 5. This also deals 5. I doubt we want to take this bad boy. I think we're fine killing this one. And then maybe next turn use Blood Ministers here. Copy these two bad boys. But he has a lot of... Well, Dragons doesn't work on this thing. I think we want more cheap stuff. This is also 7, this is 7. Blood Ministers would have been 9. Now we can just convert everything here. Windmakers clears this, Windmakers deals 3 here, these 3 here. So Windmakers is very good here. Witches is even better. Now we can use Fateless Prophet here. We deal 5 damage. Then we can use Witches and spawn also 3 strength Beards of Crowglyph again. And we keep our Blood Ministers for Embers of Chaos. We definitely do not want to cycle this one out. It's a really sweet turn. Look at this, for 3 mana, deal 5 damage. Insane. Now we even got Brood Sages to combine with Blood Ministers. Try to focus on the gameplay, because I really want to win. Yeah, this is GG. 4 mana down the drain. Unless he can use something here and there. Ooh, this is what I was afraid of. It's putting in some shenanigans. If we let this take, we're gonna take 6 damage next turn. What does he have? It's a green gill, it's a runner, and windmakers. Yeah, Embers of Chaos with Spared Wranglings is such a scary card. Just sadly, I cannot deal with it efficiently. If we got lucky, it spawns on the same spot. Nah. We're just gonna take 6 damage. It sucks. Could have chosen to put Brood Sages somewhere below. That way we could have 50-50. Now it was 33% chance of Embers of Chaos spawning in the same spot and reducing our base damage by 3. But this way it becomes a little bit more difficult for our opponent. And it's actually pretty okay. Him going to start defending. Because look how much strength we have on the board. Obviously this isn't ideal, but can't have it all. I think we're gonna do a Beast of Terror and play our own Beards of Crowglyph. None of this dies. We're gonna base lock him somewhat. This dies almost. This will spawn forward. And this will also spawn forward. So we're gonna put in a lot of pressure now. And this will still protect our middle row. So I'm not afraid of getting something on our own baseline. And I think in 2 turns he might be dead. Gonna use Witches of the Wild as well for the... This will move here. It's 3, so we can use Blood Minister. And 4 mana Witches. It's almost the base lock again. Yeah, that makes the most sense. He does have like 2 Green Gill Serpents, is only 1. Obviously we want to pressure their opponent's baseline. Nice. We got this one. Ooh, that was pretty tight. This deck is so scary with Embers of Chaos. Just what I was talking about, Embers with Spared Dragonlings. Super duper scary. And also his Beard of Scroglyph, Destructobots. Insane value. Still 7, so GG. First round goes to me. Getting some quests done. Alright. Let's look at our deck. Alright, our second match against Derk. Let's see what he has done. We got Brood Sages again in our hand. We got, or Beards of Groglyph, I mean. Fateless Prophets. I don't think we want to open with this, right? Or do we? I'm just not sure. It's such a weird opening. I think I want to save it to crush something big. He still has Void Surger, so I need to be careful with that one. Just gonna put it to the most right. Hopefully get Witches of the Wild. Gonna drain it. Get an additional value. This is basically 0 value. I'm gonna place them outside because I'm scared of Void Surgers. I'm also a bit scared of Bears of Crowglyph, but what to do against it? Crazy Bombers again, so that will be an instant cycle. Stuck the Butt is a good opening hand for him. This will be 2 strength. I think I will just place it like this. Keeps a bit of front. That makes it awkward for him to play any constructs. Harry Chestnuts. Harry Chestnuts feels a bit too slow. Fateless Prophets is really strong against Void Surgers, against Twilight, against Beards, against Spare Dragonling's Dragon synergy. Oh, this is good. We get additional 2 value. And he will start. Oh, he won't start pushing. Interesting. Still, I think we'll cycle Chestnuts out. We can do this. Deal 2, drain 2. So it's basically 4, it becomes 6. Or we can be Beards of Crowglyph. I think we're just gonna do this. We got Witches next turn as well to trigger it again. We got Blood Minister in our hand for Spare Dragonlings. So let's just hope he doesn't have Spare Dragonlings, Embers of Chaos shenanigans. He had it previous game. Alright, this is looking very good for us. If he's gonna play Twilight Prowlers. It's not optimal for sure. So we want to use Fateless Prophets here. Then we have some stuff available. We want to keep Blood Ministers in our hands. But if we don't cycle into something good, or do we cycle this one out? Otherwise I think we will play Twilight Prowlers. Let's just play it like this. This is safe for now. We have like 10 strength on the board. Less than optimal, but see what happens. We got Soul Crushes in our hand, Brood Sages. Might be a big value play. And I think on the late game side, we got Crazy Bombers, we got Chestnuts, we got Blood Ministers. So I think we have to just hold on. Scary thing is that he has Spare Dragonlings and Embers of Chaos shenanigans. Well, this dies, so happy about that one. Cycle this, see what we can get. He only spawns a 1 strength dude. Not too scared of that. At least this way we will get some value. This dragon will spawn there. He has Void Surgers, but he also has Windmakers. So let's put it in a horse movement. This will be slow, but it will be fine. If he moves here, he needs to attack this one first. Otherwise, if he moves forward, he needs to attack Soul Crushers first. I don't want to put it here. That will be crazy. We also got hairy chestnuts for this dude. Prefer to get something better. Oof. We're still gonna get one value free. Might even gonna play hairy chestnuts. Avoid searchers. I mean, just one mana short. Otherwise we have like Fateless Prophets, Blood Ministers. Insane. Gonna psych out Fell Flare, see what we get it. Nee. This is gonna be annoying at least. Gonna chip him down a little bit. Still got crazy bombers next turn here. This protects this sideline. If he plays Embers of Chaos here, can still use Fateless Prophets here. Chop it down. 2-1. Convert this dude. This will chip another one. Protect our baseline in the meantime. Or somewhat. Still can play something here. Then we got crazy bombers for next turn. Oof. Yeah, I didn't thought about the debug loggers. But he used debug loggers. And I haven't seen Green Gill Serpents, so I guess if you're gonna do this, you're gonna take 8, right? He has Windmakers. And this will 7. This is less than optimal. At least I'm not sure if I'm safe. Crazy Bombers felt a little bit YOLO. This is good. Getting additional 1 strength here. Now we need to be super scared. Dealing 6 damage and have 4 mana remaining. 6 mana, 6 damage. Spare Dragonlings isn't a given. Void Surgers deals 2, so that's 4. I just hope that Crazy Bombers can clear stuff up here. At least the Embers of Chaos shenanigans is over. Alright, so we can clear this one up. Right, we got a solid defense. Make it awkward for him to move past our rows. And he needs Windmakers. So he definitely doesn't want to spam Windmakers. These guys will protected by these big boys. We got chestnuts dealing damage. We got another chestnuts and a windmakers. We also got a beards and a witches of the wild. So we can put in maybe 5 strength on our opponent's baseline. Like beards here, witches behind, protect our own middle row, push forward with 5 strength, and a 5 strength beards of crow left behind. That's fairly scary. This is fine that it balance each other out, I guess. Well, this dies next turn anyways. With this one we can play more cards. More cards is better. To the right, please. Sweet. This will spawn forward as well. So this is super awkward for him. So we got our value on the board. Now just place units on the back side. Play Harry Chestnuts, get some value out of Chestnuts, I guess, and then win the game. Yeah, it's an awkward playstyle. Obviously, I prefer to play less cheesy, but this dude is just very scary. And I don't want to lose because of this card. See, he kept it in his hand. So he got some front now. This will die. Play it here. Still gonna push with 4. Now we just need to do some superb well, chestnut is gonna be sweet. This will take 1. Gets his base to 2 strength. But he needs to start defending. He doesn't get any extra front. He will get this one with Crazy Bombers or Twilight Prowlers or even Fateless Prophets. Is super amazing now. 6. So it's 15. So we can't do that. So we need to cycle something. Maybe cycle Fel Flares. We already got a 3-drop. Otherwise, Fel Flares, Fateless Prophets, Twilight Prowlers. Will be fine. This is also actually pretty good. So we'll get a decent amount of strength. So what do we have? We got 3, got 7, that's 10. If we do this is 7. Do we actually want to do this? maybe this is somewhat good. I'm not sure. He has 14 mana, so he can get real quick. Perhaps this was better. Put it here. I'm not sure. I was just thinking about this middle block. But he can probably just attack this one, attack this one. Or it does something like green prototypes, Twilight Prowlers, move here, Windmakers. He didn't give me the handshake. But that's a good sign. Yes, it will damage this one. It's a pity though, but Harry Chestnut doesn't die yet. I think Crazy Bombers is just too expensive. If I put this one, attack this one, he doesn't go forward. So this is basically 9, it's 13. It seems maybe super weird, but I think this is actually the best. CCL's on his own baseline, and then if he moves past this one, he still needs to get through these two. If I put Witches of the Wild next to Beards of Crowglyph, Witches would have moved forward, and I definitely want 2 units on my own baseline. If he uses Windmakers to push them around, he can't win. It's actually misplay, placing it here. Should have been this spot. Think maybe Derky might have missed lethal. Not sure. Nah, probably not. Only if he had like Twilight Prowlers. GG, man. It was super close. Well played to him. Very spot on player. Sick moves. But I'm happy to say that I won the match with just my base deck for now. Let's keep the special tactics for later. For now, let's see when this deck loses. But they were intense decision making, so very well played to Derky. And I hope he will continue out of the group stage and show us some more insane moves. So that concludes it, because it's a best of 3. So I've won my second tournament match. And I hope I will see you in the next tournament match. If you liked it, feel free to follow, join, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Twitch channel, or go visit my Discord and we have a chat. Cheers!